I'm gonna trip down anyway.
Oh, the video?
Yeah.
Edit it?
Maybe. Might just end that, yeah. Alright, folks. We got a special edition here. We got me and Gene with us today. Another unprofessional amateur at drinking whiskeys.
Definitely.
Well, he's definitely a professional. He's just an amateur at tasting. Usually it's going down, go, shot,
yes.
shot.
Professional drinker.
So, what we're going to do today, I was going to do this last night, but I didn't, so whatever. We're going to do some bottled and bond whiskeys. I got 2 ryes and a bourbon. Rittenhouse Rye, bottled and bond. Old Forester, bottled and bond. And Colonel E.H. Taylor, straight rye, bottled and bond whiskey. For those of you who do not know, I've had a little bit of Four Roses single barrel, so if I sound funny, that's why. For those of you who do not know what bottled and bond means, I will read it off for you from the good book. Alright, bottled and bond means its requirements stated by the Bottled and Bond Act of 1897. This means all whiskeys in the bottle has to be at least 4 years old, bottled at no more or less than 100 proof. They could have just said 100 proof.
Right.
Have no additives other than pure water. Be labeled as the product of the distillery where it was made, and if different, the distillery where it was bottled. Be the product of only one distillery and made by the same master distiller in one distilling of a single year. So, with that said, this is a very
Four Roses.
Thank you, Four Roses. This is a very highly regulated whiskey. So if you want something that you know exactly where it came from, when it came from, who made it, get you some bottled and bond and research where it came from. So, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. Rittenhouse Straight Rye. I picked this one up mainly because of this book here. I've walked past it many a time. Never looked at it twice. Didn't think much about it, but have decided to give her a whirl and see what she's all about. So, I mean, it's got these. I haven't been a fan of plastic twist tops, so plastic. I've always been afraid of plastic when it comes to whiskey. Since those days of black velvet in high school, drinking handles with my buddies and. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and taste this one in the usual manner. 15 seconds on the palate. 5 seconds, nose, and then
see what she does.
Cheers. I like that.
Not bad. A little hot.
I mean, it got a little hot at the end there, but I mean,
Yeah, towards the end.
But you hold it in your mouth for freaking 25 seconds. I mean, it's going to get hot, but
It lets you know it's there.
overall, man, that taste-wise, I like it.
It's good taste.
It has a familiar nose to it. Almost. Oh, I've had it before. I've smelled it. Does it smell familiar?
It does. You know,
shit. I don't fucking know.
I can't really place it.
No.
That's why.
I mean, this could be a blend of other whiskey, or not a blend, but it could be used in other whiskeys as a blend to get a particular flavor, and that might be coming out. But all in all, for $27, I mean, 100 proof for $27, that doesn't taste bad at all. I mean, you can do a lot worse. Oh, guys, it goes down nice the second time.
Not bad.
I like it.
Not bad for $37.
No, 27.
Yeah, 27.
27.
Look out.
$27, 100 proof.
Bottled and bond.
Bottled and bond. So you know who it came from. We're going to do all bottled and bond. I think I already said that once. But we're going to do a slight palate cleanser between each one. All right, next one. Old Forester bottled and bond. I've had the Old Forester Prohibition, but I've not had. Hold on. I think I'm lying to y'all. I think I had this one at the Whiskey Attic when I went to Vegas back in January.
The Whiskey Attic.
I had some pain pills that night because I pulled a muscle in my back sitting at the
Gambling.
sitting at the damn slot machines. I started coughing and pulled a muscle in my back, so I had to kill a pint of Maker's Mark and take some freaking pain pills just to make it to the Whiskey Attic. So, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get to it.
Go ahead and get to it. Oh, yeah. That's it.
So you're going to give yourself a real blind taste test.
Right. You got me lined out. It's my first one.
So, Old Forester bottled and bond. Oh. No, what are you doing? This one.
That one. Got confused. I was going left to right, so you're going right to left.
It's alright. It's okay. We're good. So, cheers.
Yes.
Mean Gene. Old Forester bottled and bond. Mm-hmm.
That one got a little hot there.
Yeah. It had a much different finish. It was a little more, did you get a little more sweetness on the finish?
Yes, a little
versus
bit.
come here, you. So
It's still there, too.
it sticks around a little bit. With the passage of the Bottled and Bond Act of 1897, Old Forester's transitioned from 90 proof to 100 proof. Originally produced on Louisville's Whiskey Row, this whiskey has a rich, bold character reminiscent of 19th century bourbon. Hey, those guys back in the 19th century, some badasses drinking this shit. But this whiskey is distilled by us only, and we are responsible for its richness and fine quality. Its elegant flavor is solely due to original fineness.
It is rich.
It is very rich. I think it's going to run you about $55 or so a bottle.
Not too bad.
But still, I mean, it's a very decent whiskey. It's got a much sweeter nose to it.
It does.
Man, somebody told me you burp a lot when you start drinking a bunch of whiskey.
I don't know. I haven't noticed.
I think there's a lot of burping going along in my videos. Yeah. How'd you like it on the second go round?
It's definitely smoother on the second go around. Not. Man. I see the sweetness.
Yeah.
The sweetness. I like it.
I do too. I'm gonna enjoy killing this one. All right. Last but certainly not least.
It's a good one. Hey, y'all.
Last but certainly not least, we got Colonel E.H. Taylor. Bottled and bond, straight rye, whiskey. This will be my first time with some with the Colonel. I heard he was a weird one back in his day.
That's the right one that time.
Yeah, old Colonel.
No Colonel.
At least he's not like Colonel Sanders. I mean, I'd much rather have a Colonel who made whiskey than chicken, fried chicken.
So.
But
He didn't start making it in the 60s. Yeah.
Why did Kentucky Fried Chicken and bourbon come from the same state?
Good question.
Kentucky Straight Bourbon and Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Kentucky.
So, here's to the Colonels
Right.
who made our lives happy as Americans. So, cheers and
Cheers.
fuck your mom. I would say that might be my favorite of the bunch. I don't know. I mean, that's just my particular opinion. It's got a weird little aftertaste to it. The finish is. I don't know the exact flavor I'm tasting. Might have to give it.
Me either.
What was that?
But I was with you. I was trying to smell it.
Oh, I thought you
trying to pick
reacted.
something out of it. No.
It's got a weird.
I was expecting a little more hotness.
No,
Being a rye.
Being a rye and 100 proof, a straight rye. I can only imagine the mash bill is probably like 70% rye or more. So I mean, I would expect it to be a little hotter.
Right there at the end, it got a little hot. But for the most part of that, it was.
See, one thing I noticed the way we do the tasting, which is a la the Whiskey Attic in Las Vegas. If you ever go to the Whiskey Attic, you'll meet JD. He'll show you how to taste whiskeys a different way. I mean, we've tasted all these whiskeys and it's been 13 minutes now.
You're right about the bourbon. Sorry.
Bourbon. But we've tasted all these whiskeys in roughly less than 10 minutes. And you get the full effect from each one. So if you're a professional writing a book, you might want to have a palate cleanser or do one at a time, have your little spitter bucket. But I don't believe in spitting whiskeys out at all.
Do they do that?
Some people do.
On the tastings, they take them and spit them out?
Well, I mean, if you're tasting 100 different whiskeys a day,
Well,
if you're a master distiller,
you might want to
yeah, you're gonna leave work fucked up.
turn your head and spit.
I mean, especially barrel strength. If you barrel strength taste 10 whiskeys in less than 2 hours, you're gonna catch some of it, even if you're spitting that shit out.
Oh yeah, it's gonna absorb.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad.
Yeah, I like that.
After you go through the little first, what do you call that first little, the tasting, I guess, the second drink. Delicious.
I mean, I think that's a good way to get accustomed to the whiskey the first time around, because it makes that second and third drink, even if you've had a couple glasses of Four Roses or not, I think it makes them much more palatable.
It does. It prepares it.
Palatable.
I guess.
Palatable.
Does it prepare the taste buds? Well, I mean, what just sets everything right?
I mean, it's 100 proof, so it might kill the taste buds. Fuck, I don't know.
Right, numb them up a little bit, huh?
But that's some good stuff. So here we have it.
I think you're right. See, I didn't agree with. I wasn't certain I agreed with you when you said that was your favorite out of the bunch on the initial part, but the second drink, yes, I do have to agree. I think that is my favorite also.
You want another taste?
You want it?
Let's do another taste.
Let's do it.
So, unprecedented for the Eight Fingers Whiskey Club. We go back for a second taste. Colonel E.H. Taylor.
Bottle and Bond, remember that, guys?
Taste number 2.
Ladies.
Ching. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good old Colonel E.H. Taylor. You're a good old friend.
Yes, yeah.
So, that's some good shit.
I like it. The Colonel. Kentucky. See, I want to say that's one of the.
I mean, this is one I've always walked past in the liquor store, never even looked at twice.
Well, it's one of those rides that I can actually say that after, doing a little taste, I like it.
Yeah.
Most of the other rides, well, I haven't tasted very many, but that one's definitely.
Well, this one, it should be easier to find in your local liquor stores, so it's much more readily available. So for the consumer,
Right.
it's going to be a lot more palatable.
That's it.
I don't know, maybe. I don't know. I'm just pulling shit out of my ass right
Hey,
now.
keep pulling.
I can drink
I
that
like
all
the fact
night.
I can just kind of switch it around just for a second. Let it linger.
I can drink that all night.
No rocks.
Well, I look forward to another review with my good friend here, Mean Gene. Until next time, folks.
I will be back.
We've had Rittenhouse Rye, Old Forester, Bottled and Bond, Kentucky Straight Bourbon, Colonel E.H. Taylor, Straight Rye, Bottled and Bond.
Bottle.
We don't mean bondage either. So,
Or bail bonds. Take it the wrong way.
contact your local whiskey club for recommendations and lively libations.
Eight fingers.
Eight Fingers Whiskey Club. Follow us on Facebook. You'll more likely see myself and Mean Gene at the next event and drink whiskey.